up? Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be another talking about my ghost hunting experiences, because I went on cannock yesterday and it was such an eye-opening and made me believe even more than I already do believe. That's how incredible it was. I need to move the position of my camera. So I just want to talk about a little bit of history and what is known about Cannock. There are a lot, and it is one of the most haunted places of the United Kingdom, like a forest. So Cannock is known for mostly for the black-eyed children. That is one of the most famous like paranormal thing. So it'd be like you heard a child weeping, and then it'd be a child with like just black eyes. If I saw that, I would freak out. It's also known for a woman in white, so white apparition of a woman in a white dress. My nan has seen that white apparition up near where my auntie lives on the road. So that's crazy. It's also known for a slender man, which is like a tall shadow figure. Bigfoot. Now I'm a bit skeptical about that, but it might be. Someone might have seen it, which also could be explained by being a Black Panther. So take that as you will. Also, there are stories about goblins setting fire to a house near where we went. I learned that like when I went on Scouts trip. So we went out to Castle Ring, and a bit about Castle Ring, it was a settlement for the Celts, I think, like kind of around that time. So it was a battlefield for a lot of years. It has also been a pagan village, and I don't know much about pagans, but I do know they practiced in some kind of witchcraft sometimes. Some people did in pagan times, so that can kind of link to the hauntings of this place. Castle Ring is also known for, and Cannock is known for also UFO sightings, strange lights, like spaceship type objects in the air. It has also been investigated for UFO sightings, and my nan and auntie have also seen these strange lights coming back from like somewhere before in this forest. And the tour guide which toured us around Castle Ring also said they were chased out of this place by a strange blue light. Had no explanation at all. I did not see any of these said blue lights, but I did have a lot of experience. I did have a lot of activity for the short amount of time we were there. So it was only an hour and a half, so obviously you couldn't get lots. And it was also raining, so we couldn't experience a lot with the different equipment. But we did use a spirit box, including the Estes method, which I'll go more into detail with. We also did dowsing rods, cat balls, but we didn't get any activity with cat balls. Yeah, that's the only really equipment we used. I did take my K2 machine, but I didn't use it because everyone had their like mobile data on it, and that does affect the K2 machine, so it wouldn't be reliable, so I didn't really bother with it. Okay, and I also want to say there is a trigger warning for this video, as there are some disturbing topics of what is also found and seen in this area, and some of the questions that were asked and answered also be a trigger warning. So yeah, just be mindful if you watch, because there are like hints like suicide and stuff. So we went to two places off of Castle Ring. One where it has been known to see the black-eyed child and the slender man. So those two paths, like one where you see one and one you see the other. Two people went down there. They didn't really experience anything. But we were standing in a circle, introducing ourselves, asking some questions. And behind us, there was this metal fence. This was the first bit of like paranormal stuff that happened. And we just had like a scrape across the fence. We shone a torch. There was nothing there. Maybe it could have been an animal, but it would have to be a big animal to make that noise, and it would have had to run off fast, and we didn't really hear footprints. So I don't think it was animals, so we couldn't really debunk it. There was no branches near it, so it couldn't have been a branch. We asked it to do again, it didn't do it again. But we also heard like children's voices, a couple people did, behind us, like kind of like teasing and playing in a manner. Also behind us there was this tree that has also been known for like witches to be standing around, so there is like mentions of witchcraft. That's all we really got in this area. So we moved further down the path where we got more activity, and this is what made me believe even further, and this is where the trigger warning comes into view. So wait, no, I missed something out. Also, when we were standing there, we were asked if we felt something, and this one woman started coughing, and she said she felt like she wanted to cough and could not stop coughing. And also somebody apparently had been hung nearby, and it could have also been like she was feeling that, and when she moved she stopped coughing. That's crazy. There were a few people that were like sensitives in the group as well, so they could feel more. So that's interesting, because obviously I've never actually experienced someone that's like a sensitive, and seeing it, them actually feeling stuff and hearing more than like, or maybe seeing stuff, is crazy. But anyway, when we move more down this path, this is where I got more. So we use this bird box to do the Estes method. If you didn't know what the Estes method is, it is where you have a spirit box which goes through like different radio frequencies, different channels, and picks up certain words, like more energy will be put into this word to answer some questions which you've been asked. You also will have headphones on, really, really loud, noise cancelling, so you can't hear the questions that are answered to you, so you can't obviously manipulate the answers. And a blindfold as well, to like completely have sensory deprivation. I wish I could do this, but I can't do stuff like that because it freaks me out. And we also had dowsing rods. If you don't know what dowsing rods are, these two metal poles, you hold them like this, and then you ask them what yes or no is. So yes sometimes crossed, no is handed outwards. They can also point to certain things and places. I've always been skeptical of dowsing rods, and I'm not now. They legit moved on their own answering questions. The first question I asked was, do you want us to stay and talk to you? Cross. Okay, I was like, wow. Then I was like, was that a yes? Cross. Confirming that was a yes. And then on the Estes method, there was two people that went first. They heard some different voices all coming in at once. Couldn't really make out what was being said. And also like some screams. This place is also known for having satanic rituals being put in it. It is also known for a lot of people being hung there. Normally, sometimes murders, sometimes suicide. So it kind of has like a lot of mixed energy there. And those two trees, one was more female dominated, one was more male dominated. So whichever you were, you'd feel more near this trees. So yeah, we were asking questions in the Estes method, like, and basically we got through that it was a child asking for their mommy. It said mommy a couple of times, and that they were scared of something possibly. This was one that was also multiple different people coming through and saying different things. So yeah, that was kind of emotional and hard hitting. Like, but all while they were doing the estimates and asking questions, the dowsing rods were connecting to it. It also said something about a triangle, so we made a triangle with like the people using dowsing rods and the people that were doing the Estes method, and we got more answers doing that, so that was a bit weird. What else was there? Some people heard different voices, and someone saw like someone kind of following us when we walked down the path, and the woman was like, that's normal, that's they just walk down the path and come to talk to us maybe. So yeah, it was kind of crazy. that was kind of all the answers we got. Obviously there were like a lot more questions asked, but that's like the basis of what was answered. Also, my dazzling rods kept pointing towards the tree that was this way, so obviously whatever was communicating with me was more dominated towards that tree, whereas the other ones were pointing towards the other tree. So that was really interesting. That was kind of the activity we got, and it was such an eye-opening experience. It makes me really want to do more, and I really want to explore more the cannock chase, because obviously we just did this particular area, these two particular areas, and there's so much more activity that's been seen around the area that I'd love to do it, but I wouldn't want to go alone, especially if like there are rituals that take place. If I saw that happen, I would freak, and also freak if I saw like anything. I don't think I ever want to see anything, but that might happen. So yeah, it really was an eye-opening experience, and definitely like proved my beliefs even further, which I also strongly believe already. So that was incredible. It also makes me want to do the 4 crosses in cannock. The women that were talking about it said they do trips over there, and obviously you get the option of a sleepover, which I would totally 100% not be doing, but it would be interesting to do that. So hopefully in the new year I'm going to do way more of them experiences, and I have now bought 2 extra batteries for my camera and a charger so I can film these experiences, which is exciting, so I can get evidence and obviously my reaction to the evidence, which will be really exciting. So hit subscribe if you want to see more of ghost hunting experience story times and just the experience altogether, because I'll be really excited to do that in the new year, because I'm 100% going to go on more. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, and if you have any more questions, comment below and I'll happily answer them, as obviously I didn't go over everything because there are like questions that I didn't really want to go too much into detail with, as it's very triggering topics and it was very hard-hitting and I don't want to like trigger anyone too far. But yeah, it was a lifetime life-changing experience, I'm just saying that, and that was only in an hour and a half. Imagine what you could get if you had so much more equipment, and yeah, it's incredible. So yeah, hope you like this video. Peace.